What's going on, guys? What is happening? It is Friday afternoon, and it is your boy Sydney here with you, and this is what masculinity looks like. So, as you guys know, I've got a job that allows me to do a lot of thinking because it's fairly automatic now with a lot of the things that I do. And I had my brain ticking away today, and something struck me. Because I got a message from a friend the other day who is a woman with a disability, and she found a job for Transport New South Wales. It's a government job. And she said, oh, I should, apply for this because I'm a woman and I have a disability, so I'll probably get it. And I was like, yeah, you know what, you kind of should, because, I want you to have a job, and I know you want a job, and this is a good opportunity for you, so you may as well do it, right? And I got thinking, why is it, right, that governments are so hell-bent? They're like, oh, encourage women to join. We're an equal opportunity employer. It's like, yeah. We know you're not an anti-female employer, so just relax, okay? Like, you don't need to virtue signal to absolutely everyone you come across. And I was like, what would be the benefits of the government pushing to get more women into positions? There's obviously the political benefit that there's more women in jobs in the government, so they can say, oh look, we've got all these women, we've got 50-50 representation here, we've been doing the right thing, we've been a good little government, please vote for us in the next election because we give jobs to women. And so as long as they've got some half-decent policies, guys will likely to vote for them. And then, of course, the women will vote for them because they're pro-women, right? When in reality, they were never anti-women. But because of all this feminist dogma, sometimes that is often how it is perceived that reality is winning. When in reality, we know that society is extremely gynocentric. And I was like, And I spoke to a friend of mine today, right? And he knows a girl that works at Google, and this girl that works at Google has a boyfriend and has done so for about 3 or 4 years. And this girl who works at Google said to her boyfriend, who knows my friend, you would not believe the amount of 35-odd-year-old women working at Google that are miserable and bitter, and they look like men, and they just can't get a guy, and if they do get a guy, even for a short period of time, they can't hold it down. And they were asking this girl, what's your secret? Like, how are you able to hold down a boyfriend for 3 to 4 years? And how do you turn around to a man with a vagina and say, well, you just need to be more feminine in a place like Google? Really, you're gonna say that? Anyway, like, that's real. It's the reality of it. Just needs to be more feminine. And if these women were more feminine, then they're far more likely to attract a male. And if they were, more considerate and giving of themselves to the man, in reciprocation for what the man brings to the table, then that would probably help them also. But I digress. I guess the next thing that I would say from here is that I actually think that the government is getting more women into government jobs. This may be a little bit of a conspiracy theory, and if it is, then it is. But I'm just saying, there could be a situation that we don't know about where they're trying to get more women into government jobs because it's cheaper to pay them to do a job and have no kids that the government will then need to chip in for than to have them working a lesser job and getting all these tax breaks and tax benefits and these parenting pensions. It's like, well, you're not eligible for that if you've got a government job, are you? Just saying. Just saying. And I mean, you see, obviously, there's a lot of women in government jobs, 35, 40 years old, no kids, or they might have one kid, but of course, because they earn so much, they don't qualify for childcare subsidies, and they don't get all of these single parenting pensions. Right, so they have to pay for everything out of their pocket. So I actually think it works out better for the government to have them in a government job and pay them, and at least that way they can sort of have control over everything. Just a thought, you know, as I said, maybe a conspiracy theory, but it's not something we can rule out at this point, because we all know that governments cannot be trusted with policy or with money. What's going on, Raul? Thank you so much for that super and third master. Appreciate the $2 shekel donation, man. Thank you very much. And this is the thing, you know, as Ralph Wiggum says, career women will overlook the blessing of motherhood. Big Daddy Tyrone strikes again. And this is the thing, right? The government knows that at this level, at this rate of single motherhood, the cost of maintaining these women by way of benefits, by way of all of these tax cuts and financial support is unsustainable with the current rate of single motherhood and the growing, burgeoning, ballooning rate of single motherhood as a result of feminism. Right? And look, I'm all for giving people autonomy. I'm all for saying, you know, be your own person, be self-supporting, that's fine. But you're not self-supporting if you're getting government help. Right? And this is the issue. This is what I take issue with. So instead of giving all these handouts, instead of giving these childcare subsidies, instead of giving, you know, paying all these administrative costs to try and, you know, transfer money from the man to the woman, and, you know, at least, like, if the woman works directly for the government, then it's just all pay straight to you from the taxpayer pocket, right? And then, of course, because they're getting a good wage, they pay tax back in. So a lot of their income actually goes back towards the benefits that they get. So it's kind of like give with one hand, but you take back with the other. Stranger things have happened. So, you know, for those of you who are watching right now, it's good to see you all, and thank you so much to you as well, Ralph Wiggum, for that $2 donation. Man, thank you so much, guys, for the donations. You know, look, as you guys know, a while ago, I lost my job as a result of this channel. I was making really good money. Like, I take home almost $1,000 a week less in my hand than I used to take home in my previous job as a result of doing this channel. And you know, I get a little bit from Patreon and PayPal, but not a lot. I actually had someone up in my comments the other day saying, oh, you know, you're just shilling. And I was like, all right, well, you know, you tried telling me how the minimal Patreon and PayPal donations that I do get eclipse what I used to get paid, right? If you can answer me that question with any level of certainty, which they can't, of course, then, you know, I'm happy to admit that I'm a shill. But, you know, I do this for you guys. Those of you who've been around for a while know that I just do this for the love of you, man. And I'd also love to get your feedback, guys. I'm thinking about doing my financial planning certificate and offering financial planning services to MGTOWs in Australia so that they can actually plan. Even MGTOWs or guys who are in a marriage, in a relationship, and they want to plan their finances and can put things in a way where, you know, they're not going to get dicked if the woman leaves, right? So this is essentially my my game plan, you know, teaching people how to set up trust, teaching people how to avoid losing money, and also how to, I guess, retain control over it. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Anyway, guys, look, it's if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. You know, talk about this idea with your friends and see what they think, especially if they're red pill guys. It'd be really interesting to see what other people think, and you know, whether there's any truth to what I'm saying. I think there might be, but you know, obviously between winning them votes and saving them money in terms of a net outcome, it's really a double win for them. And fuck the men, right? Because they can just go out and get a job. Tough world out there, man. That's why you got to go self-employed. And you know, obviously being a financial planner as well, I'd be able to freelance and perhaps consult for people as well. Food for thought. But yeah, let me know what you think about that idea of mine in the comments below, guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comments once this video has been posted. Flick me an email if you're interested in utilizing my services. CindyMGTOW@gmail.com. And no, I'm not shilling. You know, at the end of the day, if I'm a certified financial planner and someone wants to use my services or someone else's, then they can use my services or someone else's. I'm just putting it out there to anyone who might want to take advantage of a financial planner who has red pill knowledge. That's all I'm saying. All right, man, I'm out of here for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And share this video with your friends. Hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and hit the bell next to it so you get the daily notifications. And if you know, see you in the next video. Peace.